When the world sleeps, champions rise. Before the noise of the crowd, before the weight of the day, there is a sacred hour where destiny is decided. Most waste it scrolling through illusions, begging for more sleep, but the few, the bold, the relentless, they seize it. In the silence of the morning, they sharpen their minds like swords. They plant visions that will outlive empires. They command their day before the day commands them. History does not remember those who slept in. It remembers those who rose with fire in their hearts and purpose in their veins. The question is simple. When the sun rises, will you rise like a slave to weakness, or will you rise like a champion? When the world is still half asleep, when the night has not yet surrendered to the sun, when silence hangs heavy in the air and the streets lie empty, there is a sacred moment reserved for the few who dare to claim it. It is the moment when champions are made, when destiny bends to the will of those bold enough to rise before the world has even opened its eyes. This is not about alarms or schedules. This is about power. A power older than empires, stronger than armies, and more enduring than monuments. The power of the morning. History whispers to us its testimony. Edison burning midnight oil, not because he chased sleep but because he chased the impossible. Lincoln pacing candlelit floors, turning private agony into public courage. Carnegie walking factory floors at dawn, when iron and fire were still cooling, already plotting the empires of steel that would reshape nations. They all understood the same secret. The first hours of the day belong to the mind, and whoever claims the mind at dawn commands the world by nightfall. When you rise like a champ, you enter an arena that most people never see. You step into hours free from distraction, untouched by the noise of the masses. These hours are fertile soil. Plant vision here, water it with discipline, and it will grow into results that the ordinary man cannot comprehend. Too many waste the dawn on trivialities, scrolling through screens, surrendering their first breath to a digital chain. But a champion bends the morning to his will, turns silence into strategy, and uses the solitude of sunrise to sharpen the sword of his spirit. Make no mistake, your morning is your foundation. Build it weak, and the storms of the day will collapse you. Build it strong, and no failure, no rejection, no adversity can shake you. Why did Henry Ford, a farm boy with little schooling, dream of an automobile for every family? Because in the quiet of his mornings, he dared to envision a future beyond horses and carriages. Why did Walt Disney, broke and betrayed, sketch cartoons when the world told him he was wasting his life? Because his morning hours were his sanctuary, where imagination was free, where no critic's voice could reach. You must guard your mornings like a king guards his crown. Not everyone deserves entry into that time. Not every thought is worthy of your first attention. Begin your day with doubt, and you hand the throne of your destiny to fear. Begin your day with courage, clarity, and intention, and you wear the armor of greatness before the battle even begins. Ask yourself, when the sun rises, who rises with it? The weak roll over and beg for 5 more minutes. The strong rise and seize their sword. The average waits for motivation. The champion moves with discipline. Success is not about talent, wealth, or luck. It is about the simple, ruthless decision to master the first hour, to set the rhythm of the day before the world has a chance to dictate it. Imagine a general preparing for war. Does he wait until the enemy strikes to sharpen his blade? Or does he rise before dawn, rally his troops, and set the tone of victory before the battlefield is even seen? That is your morning. It is your battlefield. And you, if you dare, can walk into the fight already armored, already focused, already unstoppable. Gratitude, vision, discipline. These are the weapons of dawn. A mind that begins with gratitude sees abundance where others see lack. A vision sketched in the morning becomes a reality written by evening. Discipline forged at sunrise endures when temptation strikes at midnight. Champions do not wonder how their day will go. They declare it. They do not hope for focus. They create it. They do not wait for success to knock. They build a door and stand at it with relentless patience until success has no choice but to enter. There is a reason the ancients revered the morning. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote in his meditations. At dawn, when you wake unwillingly, think of this. I am rising to do the work of a human being. The message is eternal. You were not born to hide beneath blankets of fear. You were born to rise, to act, to build, to conquer. And when you rise with purpose, you align yourself with every titan who ever changed history. So ask yourself, will you drift through your mornings as a slave to habit? Or will you seize them like a master of destiny? Will you stumble into your day unprepared? Or will you march into it like a warrior stepping onto the field of glory? The choice is not complicated. It is not even difficult. It is simply a decision. To rise, to claim, to begin your day like a champ. And when you do, life itself begins to bend. Obstacles shrink before your focus. Doubt dissolves before your courage. Fear trembles before your discipline. The world cannot hold back a soul that rises with conviction. For the morning is more than time on a clock. It is a declaration of identity. It is your flag planted in the soil of destiny. And when you rise to claim it, the universe, piece by piece, begins to move in your favor. The morning is not only the cradle of discipline, it is the birthplace of belief. For what you whisper to yourself in those first silent hours becomes the command your subconscious will obey all day long. If you wake and tell yourself you are tired, your body will conspire to prove you right. If you rise and declare yourself weak, every challenge will appear insurmountable. But if you dare to look into the mirror of dawn and tell yourself you are unbreakable, if you breathe courage into your lungs before the world has a chance to poison it with doubt, then you will carry that conviction like fire through every corridor of the day. Belief is not given. Belief is forged. Napoleon Hill himself wrote that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Yet too many repeat the words without living them. They think belief is a wish, a timid hope whispered into the wind. But true belief is forged like steel, under the hammer of repetition and the fire of discipline. The mind must be trained to expect greatness as naturally as the lungs expect air. Look back through history. Did Thomas Edison stumble upon the light bulb by chance? No. He believed long after failure mocked him thousands of times. Did Abraham Lincoln win the battle for a divided nation because circumstances favored him? No. He believed in a vision of unity so